like that. Do you want me to record and upload this to my channel, the Skåne PR, or do you want to record it yourself? What do you want to do? It's just a button for me. I will remove my face. It will only be the Discord screen plus your voice, in which case I will also call you right now, because that is the best thing to do right now. Like so. And when he picks up, we'll be able to figure this out. Skåne PR, I'm out. I don't know if that's a good attitude to have when it could be your PR next that I'm showing on stream. Hello, hello?
Let me mute stream. Okay.
Okay, wait. Before you do that, can everyone hear Truls? Can you please talk, Truls?
Hello, chat. Am I too loud or?
To me, you're fine, but the stream might not hear you. Higher? Very low? Okay, I'm gonna raise you to max. Please speak.
Okay, it should be better now.
Guys, is it too high, too low?
How about wait? Now?
Now good. Please keep talking, Truls. Keep talking, through.
Talking. Hello, chat? I can speak a bit louder too.
I can also make you louder, so I'm waiting for people to accept it. I am loud. You're louder than him. Crank it. You want me to be? You want it to be higher? I can hire him. Little bit louder. Okay, I will hire you, Truls. Give me a second. Please talk.
Okay. Hello. Talking.
I hired him.
Talking. Is this good?
Chat.
Put my whole what into it? Hello? Okay. I'm not a minor, not anymore.
This is fine. Can you lower my own voice?
Okay.
I'm not gonna be speaking at all throughout this entire thing. This would be him. Truls, do you want me to record this or not?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you in the voice call. I was wondering if it would be cool if we could record it and have it on the Skåne VODs channel.
That's fine. By me, you're gonna have to give me access. But we can worry about that later.
Yeah, we can figure that out later. Worst case, it'll be on your channel, which is fine too. But we'll figure that out when we get there.
Okay.
First of all, before anything else, I just want to say, chat, all of you have to sub to Pipwolf, especially you, Cloudberry. He gave you money, so.
You know the 50 crowns I'm just going in to reward you, Cloudberry? That goes to my sub. What the hell is?
Yeah,
it's for the follow
exactly.
respects. Use the prize money to sub. That's all my prize money.
Pipwolf hosting a contest just to bot followers from his chat.
Lamau, dude.
Okay. Let me see how I'm gonna go about this. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen. We've discussed this before. Do not look at it yet.
Yes, I am not going to even remotely look at it.
Yeah. Let me just close.
Thank you so much for the sub, Ryan. You didn't have
the
to.
other tabs. Also, I won't be able to see chat throughout the presentation. So please tell me what chat is saying as we're going.
I think it's best if I just keep quiet and you present to it.
I guess keep quiet. I'll ask for like input from chat every now and then. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Don't look at this yet. I'll tell you when you can look at it.
I mean, I'm looking at it, but
yeah. Don't let stream see this.
They're not looking at it right now.
Wait. Okay.
Can I show it to the stream?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So let's do like this and then like this. Disable this piece of shit. All right. Okay. Can you guys see everything? Everything good? I think that's the old one.
Yeah, exactly. This is the old PR graphic.
Okay.
This is
you
not
can
the
full
current
screen
one,
too,
so...
Pip? Can I? From like this? This is full screen, right? How can I make this even bigger?
Yeah, this is full screen. This is as full screen as you can get it, I think.
I will probably hide myself here so that my lousy face is not blocking you.
Maybe not. I'll look on my phone and see if there's a way for you to make it bigger. As far as I know, you've got it in full screen though. So.
Hey, thanks for the sub-like.
Go.
Alright, I'm gonna start recording those. I will terminate later. Alright, guys, I am going out. This is Truls territory now.
Okay, So here's the old PR for comparison. It's just here for comparison so that you can have a reference for how much each player has improved or declined throughout the season, I suppose. We can start off with the honorable mentions. We've got Schnoogi, Plump, and Jägerlilla as an invader. And of course, here is the panel for this PR. And the reason that these three players are in the honorable mentions category is because they fulfilled some of the criteria to be on the PR, but not all of them. The way that works is that there are three criteria to be on the PR. You have to have 1, good results. 2, you need to have lived within Skåne throughout the season. And 3, you need to have attended at least 3 tournaments in Skåne throughout the season. And all 3 of these don't fill out one of the criteria. Schnoogi, he doesn't have as good results as the 10 players who are on the PR. Still good results, but not as good. Jägerlilla doesn't live in Skåne, but he's attended a lot of events in Skåne and has good results, which is why he gets the invader category. And Plump only attended 2 tournaments, but his results were very good, and of course he lives in Skåne, which is why he gets one of the honorable mention spots. Notably, Plump had a win on a notable win on Big Chungus, actually, and Schnoogi has a pretty interesting win too on an inkling from Germany called Bibel Campo, who has beaten Noxumbra from France, if in case you are aware of that player. So congratulations to these 3. Hopefully they can. Well, Jägerlilla obviously can't make it because he's not moving to Skåne, but hopefully Plump and Schnoogi can make it onto the PR next time. Good luck to them with that. And yeah, chat, are we ready for number 10? Are we ready for number 10?
The chat doesn't say anything so far. Well, yes, I'm ready. Yes, lol.
Okay. So we've got number 10, Blastproc X. Blastproc X is this is the first time that he has come offline. This is the first season that he is offline. In case you don't know, he is a Cloud and Sephiroth player, mostly Cloud, but some Sephiroth here and there. Before he played offline, he actually had a good win on Wi-Fi, beating Big Chungus, among some other decent results online. But of course, that doesn't count because it's on Wi-Fi and it's not within this season. I should say, I forgot to say, by the way, the season is from September 1st to April 30th, I believe. So a pretty long season. Blastproc's most notable wins are on Pfeiffer, who is 1-1 with, and Keim, who is also 1-1 with. You can see some of the notable wins down here, by the way. Those are his main 2 notable wins, but the reason he isn't higher is that he kind of has low attendance. He only went to 3 events, I believe. And while he did pretty good, he just sort of lacks consistency, lost to some other people who are above him, and also didn't get to play a lot of the lower level players, which made it so that we can't really know for sure how well he would have done against those types of players. He mostly played against players around his skill level or players who were better than him. I don't know if all of that makes sense, but that's pretty much it for him. Also, here's the little graffiti I made for him. So we can move on to number 9. So number 9. Any predictions from chat on who number 9 is?
Any predictions, chat?
Any predictors? I can't see chat, so you'll have
Blood
to tell
Orange, me. Scrub, Psych, Rexpex.
Okay. Well, someone got it right. It is the Psych. Psych is number 9 on the PR. Of course, playing Toon Link as well as a little bit of Incineroar. I'm doing the leg thing. Hold on. He had a pretty rocky season, honestly. The Psych, for most of the time that he's been playing since quarantine, has been sort of a gatekeeper. He can beat basically everyone who would be ranked under him or seated under him every single time, but he very rarely gets upsets. This season that changed a bit. He hasn't really been as consistent. He's lost to players like Schnuggy for the first time, and he also lost to Melodies, aka Awesome Bee, for the first time since quarantine. So he's got some more, I wouldn't say bad losses, but people who he's getting upset by. He does, however, have some good wins. He's winning on Last Proc within our season. He's got wins on Laske, Mysterio, Rexpex, who is also a really good win right now. So he's still doing well. And for the next season that's just started, he's actually been doing even better since he got a win on Bambi at the first tournament of the season, which is the first time he's beaten Bambi since quarantine. So good job on that. I think he's going to be higher on the next one. So yeah, that's pretty much it for him. Now, chat, who's going to be number 8? Who's number 8?
Truls, Bali is asking when the season started and ended. Can you remind them?
Yeah. I said that earlier, but it's I believe it was September 1st through April 30th, or the last day of April. I can't remember how many days there are in April right now.
There is a Blood Orange prediction and there is a Scrub prediction.
Blood Orange and Scrub predictions. Okay, interesting. Any other predictions?
There's a Shao prediction.
Shao prediction. Ooh, okay. Well,
Loot de 4.
Oh, well, it's not the tag, but they were right. Number 8 is Jovin, as we can see here. Jovin has wins on Anvil, Bali, Bambi, Time Balloon, me, as well as Sun. Jovin, his results have comparably probably gone down the most out of any player, although they're still pretty strong. The main like thing that you would notice looking at the PR is that Jovin is 5 spots down from the last PR. He was top 3 on the last one. Now that looks like a large decline, but it really isn't that large of a decline when you look at the players who are above him, because the relative skill has gone up to the point where pretty much everyone from Jovin to the number 3 player, who I'm not going to say who it is, could be in any order. So you know that the region's like gone up quite a bit in skill from looking at that. As for Jovin, he had really good out of region wins on people like Anvil, people like Time Balloon, people like Sun. What's holding him back is some poor in region showings, as well as some inconsistencies against some weaker players. So he is losing to, or he isn't losing to him, but he has a loss to Scrub, who is a Terry player in Skåne. He also has losses to players like Itchy from Örebro and 11 minutes. Not bad losses inherently, but when you have quite a few losses to players who are a bit under the general skill level of you, then it's going to drag you down a bit when it's this competitive for the spots on the ranking. That's more or less what I have to say on Jovin's season. Any predictions on number 7 from the chat?
Rexpex is loving the M2K post on Jovin.
He's liking the M2K post. It's good. He's got the sense eye. If you look closely.
Yep, I'm getting a Shao or a Bali prediction here. Or Trussi, I'm not sure. That's that you, Trussi? Would that be you?
Bro, who started this Trussi thing? I have no idea, dude. Alright, well, we're moving up. Nobody got it. It's actually Rexpex. Rexpex is number 7. Now, Rexpex at the start of the season, he wasn't doing that hot, honestly. At that point, he was still playing Pikachu. But he was trying to switch over to Yoshi, and through that switching period, he was a lot more inconsistent than he was at the end of the season. He would have a few tournaments where he didn't make top 8. At the end of the season, he was mostly placing 2nd or 3rd. But even then, he hasn't attended that much. I believe that other than Blast Proc, he had the lowest number of tournaments attended out of anyone on the PR. So that's something that's holding him back, because since he attended less, he is going to have more weight put into his bad losses than other players would, even if they're not as bad as some of the losses that some other players got. Because proportionally, they're a larger part of his season, if that makes sense. As for his wins, he has wins on Bambi, Keim, Osk, Plump, Shouttime, as well as me, as well as some other people, of course. And all of this is, I would say, largely a consequence of him leveling up a lot after his character switch. His results just sort of skyrocketed, honestly. If you ask him, though, he will say that it is because he was hungover at some of the previous tournaments. But how much weight you want to put into that, you can decide for yourselves. So that's more or less Xpex. Who do we think is going to be number 6?
Predictions?
Predictions?
When you bring your Tinder dates to Smisk, asks Bambi to Rexpex. There is one Truls, there is one Shao. And there is one Hank.
Any others?
Apparently.
One Hank? Oh, Hank.
Truls,
Hank's making
Truls, Shao,
100%.
Truls.
All right. Well, it seems like they've narrowed it down quite a bit. It is Shouttime, actually. Also, preemptively, apologies on the quality of this image to Shouttime. I mean the image of the in-game screenshot itself, because this stage is awful to take pictures on. For anyone who's wondering why it looks so pixely. So Shouttime, much like Rexpex, he's had relatively low attendance. I believe he attended one more tournament than Rexpex. But at those tournaments, he's been very consistent against other in-region players. He has a fairly competitive record against Pfeiffer throughout the season, for example. He's 2-4 with Pfeiffer. That's a 33% win ratio. He's, I believe, 4-0 against Jovin. Hasn't lost a single set to Jovin. And he's got a 2-2 record with me, and I believe it was a 5-3 record with Bambi. So he's very consistent. The thing that's holding him back is that he has a few not bad losses, but he has 2 losses to Jarl, which isn't an awful loss, obviously. It's a pretty decent loss, but again, when you've attended quite a few tournaments, some of the lower ranked players, losing to them is going to hurt your season a lot more than it might hurt someone else, right? Since it's a larger part of your season. And another thing is that he doesn't really have any amazing out-of-region wins. He has a great win on Mint, but all of the players ranked above him have wins on players who are a lot better than Mint. No offense to Mint, but Mint is a threat within Sweden. These players are a threat within Europe, if that makes sense. So, who is number 5, chat? Who are we thinking? And is anyone saying anything? I can't look at chat at all. So if maybe everyone is trashing me in the chat, I have no idea.
No, not really. I mean, there's Rexpex that says that he won against Mint in a pretend tournament. Then there is a Trolls win on Rage. There is Bali that says Mint catching strays, and everyone is guessing you.
Okay, everyone is guessing me. Everyone is guessing right. I'm number 5 here, of course. As for my season, I have a win on Hope, a win on Rage, wins on you. You're catching strays too, I guess, and then Rapires, Pfeiffer, Willy, among some others. Now, what you're going to notice about the notable wins tab here is that as we're moving up through the ranking, there are going to be less and less Skåne players in this tab. And that's sort of something that exemplifies why someone like me might be over someone like Shouttime. Because I went to a lot of out-of-region tournaments, and I got a lot of, or not a lot of, but I got a few good wins on some really good players, such as Hope, such as you, such as Rage. And that boosts me quite a bit within the ranking. As for my in-region, I had a 3-5 record against Bambi, and a 2-2 record against Chao. I had a 1-2 record against Pfeiffer, so same win-loss ratio as Chao to Pfeiffer, but less sets played. And then 4-3 with Jovin and 0-2 against Rexpex. But everyone sort of has short records with Rexpex since he didn't attend as much. So as for my season, I'd say I improved a lot within the season, which I think shows when you compare the wins I got last season, if that makes sense. I don't want to talk myself up too much here. I'm trying not to. So I'm just gonna move on from here. Chat, who is number 4? Who is number 4?
I just want you to know, Throws, if I play good, there is no chance you beat me. I'll be real, but good stuff.
Ooh, okay, MKLeo. Well,
people are guessing Bambi. I'm retired. I'm retired.
Aren't you retired? I'm gonna leave with that 1-0 throughout the rest of our lives, man.
That's fair.
Unless I pick up Street Fighter or something. I don't know.
All right, people are guessing Bambi.
People are guessing Bambi. Okay. I'm gonna let the predictions run for like another second. Well, it is not Bambi. It is actually Bali, maintaining his number 4 spot on the ranking. And of course, as some of you know, Bali moved from Skåne to Stockholm throughout the season, which means that he's probably not going to be on the next PR unless he moves back or something. Which, I don't know, maybe he will technically move back because he might live with his parents or something. His parents still live in Skåne, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. But as for his season, he has wins on Bambi, Pfeiffer, Mint, the Schmixtape, me, as well as Wiz, the Dutch Lucas player, in case you are not aware. And the thing with Bali's season is that you could argue that the move to Stockholm sort of helped him, because by moving to Stockholm, he dodged some players who he historically hasn't done well against recently, such as Jovin, for example. The reason Jovin was above Bali in the last season was because Jovin had a very dominant record over Bali last season, which means that since Bali moved, he only played Jovin one time this season. I think that's something that helped him quite a bit, which pulled him through here up to the number 4 spot. And also, again, I did mention that it was very close between all the players from 8 and 3. I'll also say here that the proximity from Bali to the number 3 player was probably the closest out of any proximity between two players. It was very, very close between Bali and the number 3 player. And yeah, that's more or less all I have to say on Bali. I hope chat's gonna be able to guess the next one, because I feel like it should be pretty obvious. So who's number 3, chat? Who's number 3?
Bali is refuting the Leovin bracket demon allegations.
Oh, he's refuting the Jovin bracket demon allegations. The PG Stats disagrees, my guy.
Bambi is being brought up as number 3.
Yeah, that's correct. Number 3, that's Bambi. As chat guessed, Bambi has wins on Pfeiffer, Max, Nezoxy, Plump, the Schmixtape, and Whoopi. And of course, as chat knows, the Schmixtape, the number 1 player in Sweden. So a win like that is going to pull Bambi up. But these other wins are also really good, such as Pfeiffer, Plump, Max, Nezoxy. And honestly, there isn't that much to say on Bambi's season. He was very consistent throughout the season. The way I would say it is that both me and Bambi had some really good wins and were pretty consistent. The thing that puts Bambi above me and Bali is that Bambi has that consistency, those good wins, and he doesn't really have the bad losses that I have, and he doesn't really suffer from Bali not having as many great wins as me and Bambi has. So that's what puts him above me and Bali in the end. But again, it is very, very close between Bambi and Bali. It really could have gone either way for the number 3 spot. So yeah, that's more or less all there is to say about Bambi. Who is number 2, chat? The number 2 player in Skåne. Who could it be? Does anyone know?
I think there's going to be a big Pfeiffer spam. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the chat spamming Pfeiffer. Well, they're correct. It's Pfeiffer on the Joker, of course. Also, shoutouts to Pfeiffer's dog here. He told me that I asked everyone when I was making this graphic to send me a picture of themselves in real life, and Pfeiffer refused to let me use a picture that didn't have his dog. So of course I had to include the dog. And I mean, since Pfeiffer is Joker here, I made the dog Morgana, which I think was pretty cute. As for Pfeiffer's season, he traveled a lot this season. He went to a lot of tournaments. He got a lot of good wins against out of region players. As you can see down here, Anvil, Big Chungus, Schmixtape, Hope, Polynomis, and Ton. Now, something some of you may have noticed is that I haven't been talking too much about people's records against Big Chungus, and Big Chungus hasn't really been present down here a lot, and that is because Pfeiffer is the only player in Skåne who was qualified for the PR who actually beat Big Chungus at any point during the season. He is 3-10 with Big Chungus, so he's still losing in that matchup, but at least he's getting sets in that matchup, right? Whereas everyone else in Skåne, except for Plump, who didn't qualify for the ranking, doesn't have a single Big Chungus win. So that is pretty strong from Pfeiffer. The other wins here are also quite good. He had the best record out of everyone so far against the Schmixtape. He was 2-0 against the Schmixtape. He also had some good wins against Anvil, against Polynomis from France, the Lucario player, and of course Hope and Ton. I would also like to give a shout out to his win against Whoopi that I couldn't get down here because it wouldn't fit. It would have been too big, like the names would have gone off screen. So good season from Pfeiffer. He might be able to take the crown from the number one player next season, who I'm sure everyone already knows who it is. So chat, who's number one? Like you all know.
There were already Big Chungus spams before.
Big Chungus spams. Yeah, I got that.
Have you already done honorable mentions? Yes, Throws has done honorable mentions before. Yes, Blood Orange is asking.
Yes, that's right. So number one is, you all guessed it, Big Chungus. Can I get a big Chungus in the chat?
You already had many.
Okay, wait. Can we play the song? You know what song I'm talking about.
No, okay. I am not playing
it. Okay. Okay, well, as for Big Chungus' season, definitely his most dominant season so far within Skåne. Last season, he of course took the number one spot, but within that season, he was less consistent. He had an almost even record against Pfeiffer, I believe, and he only sort of really popped off at the end of the season. He was doing good throughout the season for sure, but the last month or two of the last season was where he really popped off, and he just kept going like that for all of this season. As I said, Pfeiffer and Plump are the only two Skåne players who were able to take a set from Big Chungus. But on top of that, throughout our season, even when you count players who aren't in Skåne, Big Chungus only has 4 losing records. 4. Those are against Fine Balloon, who I believe he was 0-1 against, Plump, who he was 0-1 against, Mad Ice King from the Netherlands, who he was 0-1 against, and Hope, who he was 0-2 against. By the way, I don't have any notes, so I had to remember all of that off top. But yeah, insane season from Big Chungus, honestly. With him, it's honestly more of a question of if he will be number one in Sweden than if he will be number one in Skåne. Of course, someone like Pfeiffer can bring a challenge to him, but for now, he's very dominant within the region still. So yeah, that was the full top 10. I'll show the final graphic too. Let me just do a quick recap of everyone. We've got honorable mentions, Jägerlilla, Schnoogie, Plump. Number 10, Lasbrock X. Number 9, The Psych. Number 8, Jovin. Number 7, Rexpex. Number 6, Showtime. Number 5, me. Number 4, Bali. Number 3, Bambi. Number 2, Pfeiffer. And number 1, Big Chungus. And here is the final graphic, which I also made myself. So I hope you enjoyed the ranking, and I hope you enjoyed these graphics that I made. I put way too much time into all of these graphics, but it turned out really well. So I hope all of you enjoyed it. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Any questions from the chat?
Emporia's getting a pop-off right now.
Emporia, yeah.
You can close it and see the chat.
Oh, yeah.
I think. In which case, I will move myself
Let me just
aside.
stop screen sharing. The graphic will be up on Syke's Twitter pretty soon. If you're in the chat, Syke, post it up right now. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me just see what chat is saying so I can answer.
Go for it.
Some questions, maybe. All right. Oh yeah, the chat was spamming Big Chungus, bro. Shout out to Big Emporia, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Fife, your Schmix team, it was Schmix win. It was this season. You got 2 Schmix wins this season. I believe it was on the graphic.
Prexpex's takeaway is that he has a drinking problem.
True. Hold on 1 second. I'm talking to Syke. Okay. Let's see here. Who out of the non-PR players were the closest to get on outside of the honorable mentions? It's not necessarily a rude question. I think the other people who were in discussion to be on the PR were Scrub, who got a Jovin win, but that's pretty much the only notable win he had. Outside of, I believe he had a win on Vodk Truffle at Midgard too. I think those were his only 2 notable wins, which is why he didn't get on. And then Blood Orange, I believe he wasn't in discussion really, but Blood Orange has really stepped up since the season ended, I'd say. He got a win on Jaeger Lila pretty recently. And then there was one more person. Oh yeah, B. B was probably the 12th person to get on the PR. And you can kind of, when you look at B, you can tell that she has sort of an RPS type of thing with both Syke and Schnuggy, because B is 0-3 against Schnuggy, but she's 1-0 against the Syke, which sort of made it like an RPS situation, I guess you could say. But then the Syke has better wins overall because he beat not Blood Orange, Blastproc, and he beat Rexpex. So that's why the Syke ended up above those 2. Yeah, she's not practice versus DLC, unfortunate. Also, Blood Orange, I will say, you weren't like that close to getting on, but this season I think you have a good shot. So keep at it for sure. I think there's a good chance you make it onto the main thing. Kazuya is a Lego character.
I stand with Bali. Kazuya needs buffs actually. He sucks so much, dude.
I agree.
He needs
actually,
buffs.
I think all of you are actually babies. Kazuya is trash. I'd know that out of anyone, right, people?
Nah, my takes on Kazuya are.
No.
I'm gonna go on a rant about the game if I start talking about Kazuya, so it's fine.
Oh yeah. By the way, call out in the chat here from Bambi. I second this. We need Izza. Izza, where are you at? Someone send this to him. We need you. Where are you, bro? Where are you? Bali's gone. Bali's gone. We need a new.
Thanks for tuning in, Shiny.
Thanks for tuning in, Shiny. Yeah. And again, reminder: everyone, sub to Pitbull.
I don't think you should be encouraging people to spend their money on
sub
me.
To Pitbull.
I appreciate the thought, though. Where are the cats? The cats are like looming about. They're chasing a bug right now. They're over there just chasing a bug so intently. Any sub chats?
Sub chats are seething over. Wait, no, it's the other way around. non-sub cells are seething over sub chats. I shouldn't be talking. I'm not even sub myself.
I'm gonna stop the recording.
Yeah. Anyway, that's more or less all I have to say, unless anyone else has any questions.
I really liked your graphics, Trolls. I think they look good. Especially the Pfeiffer one was very creative. I very much liked it.
Yeah, thanks. With the Pfeiffer one, I actually... Hold on. DLC content. I'll show the stream this, actually.
Okay.
I'll show you... Because I made the Pfeiffer version... The first one I made, I'll mention that the first one of these I made was the Big Chungus one. But right after that, I made the Pfeiffer one. And I'll show you the original Pfeiffer one, just so you can see like my improvement throughout making these, I guess. Hold on, let me scroll up a bit.
Need to clean my desktop, bro. My lord. When did the season end? April 30th, I think Trill said. So last day of April.
It was from September to April. Okay, don't go live until I tell you to, because I'm just looking at my Discord right now.
That's all right.
Yeah. Okay. Look at this now.
You can just send me the send me the picture. Dude.
I need to download it and everything because I'm not sure I have it right now. I just have it in my DMs.
Yeah, so just send me the DM. Copy the link to the picture and send me the link.
Oh wait, you can. I didn't know you could do that.
Aye.
I'm stupid.
Should I go to a bar in my last night of Bologna? You stayed in Bologna, bro? Holy moly, Bambi.
Okay, I sent you the picture. Okay, here is the original final graphic. Now you're gonna need to zoom in on the Pfeiffer picture.
Here we go.
Yeah, this was the original version of the Pfeiffer picture. You can tell how bad the original one was. I'll mention too, with the picture that Pfeiffer sent me, it was the shading on it was very, very, like, how would you say, like it was very one color. Like all of his face was the same color because the lighting was like so in his face, if that makes sense. So I had to like paint on his face to make it look more shaded. So yeah, it was not pretty in comparison.
All right.
Yeah, and last chance to ask me a question, chat.
Any last words from Mr. Trulls? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color? My favorite color is yellow, because it is on the basketball team, the LA Lakers, and I ball like a Laker.
That is...
That's not actually why it's my favorite color, but...
That's fair. Are you leaving Bali?
I ball like a Laker, I ball like a Laker, I ball like a Laker.
Cancel the call now.
Alright. I'll see you, chat. Bye.
I see you, Trulls. Thanks for coming on. Oh, wait, he just left. Wait, he just dipped. He didn't even say, like, I didn't even have a chance to say goodbye. He just dipped. Alright, interesting. I didn't think someone would dip that fast. That was like dip %. What the hell was that? He's actually evaporated, gone from the face of the earth. What the hell? Interesting. I ball like a Laker. Very interesting.